LED.
Yep. Well, now we're down to the speed limit now. That's what counts. If that's a silver alert,
Yeah, they can blow off.
Yeah. But at the same time, if it's a situation where it's a person with dementia, that could be dangerous.
Oh, yeah.
My mom has worked with dementia patients.
So she knows all about
Yeah,
it.
she does. So, but if it's just a person that's got all their mental faculties that the state's trying to get control of, but yet they're fully capable of taking care of themselves.
God forbid they have a day to themselves and get out of the nursing home once in a while. Oh, no, we can't have that.
No. There you go, my dear. Not
Yes.
quite so sore on your feet.
Exactly.
For a few minutes. Okay, well, I'll just let that. I thought I had that on repeat the playlist, but
That's
I guess
okay. We got to have a little music ministry. Nothing wrong with Alan Jackson.
Yep. Yeah, the other day I saw a car that was losing its oil.
Oh, dear.
On the freeway here and seized up because all of its oil came out and the driver wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, the second you see that oil pressure drop, shut it off.
Yep. Well, I don't have your oil pressure here unless I get into the car's computer.
You don't need that. If it starts sounding knocky or clattering, turn it off.
Yeah, you're done. Yeah.
Sometimes you can save it if you get to it in time, but there's a very thin line.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, you don't have a lot of time to
this is doing good.
Yeah.
But
had they turned it off early enough, they might have been able to save
on
their
an
engine.
older engine, yes. On one of these,
newer ones, not
no.
so much.
So if you want, when we get your van back, I'll go through it with that scan tool, and we'll just perform some maintenance on it. And by the way, every time we change batteries, we should use the battery reset function on that.
Okay.
So, in fact, I'm going to look and see what the data is on this battery and maybe do that tonight.
It's been a good van, and not that I'm in a hurry for anything to happen to my mom, but if I ended up with her car, it would be nice to have the Kia Rio to go with it.
Oh, yeah.
Which I believe still probably only has 30,000 miles on it.
Yeah.
It's a 2014, and she hardly drives it. Oh, whoa! I don't think so.
Yeah, we can't catch that.
No, I wouldn't
not
try.
a chance.
I don't think so. No.
Yeah, not a chance. So we're doing 60. He's doing probably 75
95 to
plus.
100.
I don't think he's going quite that fast.
Okay.
I'd say 75 to 80 anyway.
Okay, so we got 80 and a 60. That's almost felony.
That is a
speeding.
felony. It's actually a felony when it's more than 10 over.
I thought it was 20
No.
over.
Nope, it's 10.
They must have changed it because when I last got pulled, it was different.
So that was Broadway back there. So we're coming up on the...
Twice I've been pulled over for what I could have been arrested. When we were in Idaho that
Actually,
Thanksgiving,
if you're felony
Kimberly's...
speeding, that's reckless driving.
Yeah. When we got pulled over that one time, he could have nailed me if he wanted to. And then coming down the hill from Airway, I was doing
going to
about
say,
95.
I hope that wasn't my engine, but no, that was that motorbike.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, you know what? Maybe you're right. Maybe he's doing somewhere 90 plus because I don't even see him up there now.
Well, he's going to get nailed big time when they do catch him. And even if there's no cop car out here, they're watching those videos, the traffic cameras.
Yeah, but those are I listen to that all the time.